Hi guys, and welcome to K-Pop Cosmos. I am your host Freyja, and joining me once again is my co-host Mark. Hey Mark, what's going on?
Hi, Freya. Yeah, I am great. I am very excited about today's episode. This is an artist that I didn't really know that much about, just a little bit, and I really enjoy doing a deep dive on their career.
Yeah, and today's artist we have mentioned quite a bit in our past
Yeah.
shows, subconsciously. And technically they're not K-pop, but we make the rules here and we can bend them if we want to. And of course, we are talking about the one, the only Jessi.
Touch your toes, throw them against the wall. Do your dance, I'm done to take it off. Lose your breath, go ahead, take it off. Now make it clap, so now she rocks strong. Now take it gum, 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 gum. Now piece that gum, 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 yum, yum, yum. Now piece that.
Yeah, so I freaking love Jessi. So yeah, Jessi, technically she is Korean hip hop, but she was part of SM Entertainment before, so we're bending the
hmm
rules.
No, she did debut as a pop artist, as a K-pop artist,
hmm
before she really found her skills in rapping. So technically, she's K-pop. I would say there's an argument for her being a K-pop artist.
Yeah, technically, but
Yeah.
we're bending the rules. But like you said, she did debut under a group. The group was called, what was it called? Uptown in
Yes.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After she was, she tried as a singer, actually as a solo singer. She
Yeah.
was like the next Britney or Christina back in the day. Yeah, she debuted as I guess she kind of started more as a rapper when she was in the group Uptown.
Oh yes, because she originally debuted in 2005 with Get Up under her name Jessica Ho. Um,
Yes.
and I believe that her surname was Ho, which is a
Yep.
really rare surname even in Korean. Um, and because of her surname, she actually got teased a lot. In an interview, she was talking about she developed her personality um, because of being bullied in school, and so instead of becoming an introvert and holding it in, she actually lashed out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so kids are mean, man. They'll find any reason to make fun of you. And so Jessi was born in New York City, but she grew up in New Jersey, which also, I mean, if anyone, I had a job where I talked to a lot of New Yorkers and people in that area, and
hmm
we had to have special training. They're like, okay, people from this area are gonna, they're gonna talk and whatever, say this and that, blah, and they're like, it's just a cultural thing. Because I used to work for an airline, so they're like, when you deal with people in these areas, this is, so we got all these like sensitivity training for us so we don't get like offended. Like, it's just how it is over there. So they're gonna
Right.
be loud. Like, I had a lot of Boston people talk to me, and yeah, it's very different. But like, I was like, that makes sense. I look at Jessi, I'm like, yeah, she seems like she's from that area.
Yeah, there's a certain tough skin that New Yorkers and even Bostonians have to develop, and
Yeah.
it's just the way that they communicate to people. You just have to, you know, understand it and adapt to it, especially if you're not from there.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they were able to kind of coach you in that area. By the way,
Oh yeah.
shout out to all of our New York fans.
Yeah. New York, Boston, all you guys.
Yes.
It was a New York based airline too. I'm not gonna say which one, but it has a color in its name, and I loved working for them. I'm so sad I don't work for them anymore. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it was so sad. I But things happen in life, But yeah, it was. She totally gives off that vibe of like a person from that area, and it makes sense. She is 5'6". So she is quite tall. Let me get her socials up for everyone. And because she is a New Yorker, just gonna say that, a New Jerseyite or whatever, it's funny watching her on like all TV shows in Korea, because us Americans are just loud in general, but then you get the New Yorker, like that area mixed in, and then they're like ultra, it's funny to watch her on shows because she is like the ultimate culture shock for everybody.
Yes.
It's
And
so great.
She tries to kind of fit into the Korean culture and be respectful and stuff. And she is respectful, but she's also like, a shock to the system, and she has like no filter, which is very entertaining.
She's great. Because she's very open about her plastic surgery that she has had. And I believe in, was it Happy Together or something? She was talking about, I got my eye. She's like, I got plastic surgery done. She's like, I got obviously the eyes and the nose because, that's a very basic thing. I was told that like, it's very common to get your eyes or your nose done for like a 6th birthday thing. And for all of you who don't know, Korea is #1 in the world per capita for plastic surgery. Like per capita, more people get plastic surgery done. And it's just usually things like eyes and noses, and sometimes the chin shaving, to get that.
Right.
But like, so to her, she's like, whatever, and like she's like, I got my breasts done and stuff. And that show was hilarious because when she's like, do they look real? But she's like, yeah, why should I paid for it? Why would I get offended? Like, I know I got them done. I love her attitude about that. And I'm like, yeah, it's her body. She can do whatever she wants. She wants to get bigger chest, or, she got the butt lift or the fillers in her lips. That's on her, makes her happy. Okay. I just like the honesty with her as well. Because she was on Unpretty Rap Star.
Yep.
And she got 2nd place in that show. And she called out the judges for a lot of stuff in that show. It was she scared like AOA's Jimin in that show with like how aggressive she was. I was like, well, I mean, it's supposed to be a rap competition, so I'm like, I'm surprised that they were as many of them are as meek as they were. But yeah, she called them out. They're like, you're going after your what was it? They booted one woman, and they said she came out, and they're like, Jessi obviously doesn't agree with our choice. And she's like, they're like, do you want to say something? She's like, yeah, actually I do. And she went off on them, and like, she was just fantastic. She made that show, to be perfectly honest. She was great. And then she was a judge in the 2nd season, so it was even better. But like, yeah, she is a wild personality, man. Like, I guess not for us Americans, because we're like, we know people like this.
Yeah. She's for America, she's like normal. It's like, oh, of course that's how you would act. But I still want to know. I haven't gotten that far into the Unpretty Rap Star era of her career, but I really want to know who came in first, because I find it very hard to believe that someone is better than her, or that the judges looked at her talent and thought that someone else was better than her. Because I did watch clips of her battling, and she tore the other contestants apart.
Yeah, I think she lost to it was Cheetah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know much about her. I have watched a music video of hers, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the entirety of the season, but I knew she got 2nd because I was kind of just watching things on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you could probably watch it. I don't know where you could watch it. Billy. Yeah, and you could watch some of it on YouTube. So yeah, you can watch on Billy. Just get a VPN, and you'll probably be able to watch the whole thing. So along with Jessi, so she grew up in New Jersey, like we said, and then when she was 15, she moved to South Korea, and she went to the same foreign, like the South Korean Kent Foreign School, with Girls' Generation Tiffany and Jessica.
Yes, and she is very good friends with Tiffany for some odd reason.
Yeah, they don't seem like they would fit, but they do.
Yeah.
Maybe Tiffany's a little more aggressive than we think.
You know
But-
what? Now that you say that, it kind of makes sense now. When Tiffany went on her own and she did her solo career, there was a little bit more kind of swag and a little bit more aggressiveness from her. And I would bet Jessi rubbed off on her in some way.
Yeah, probably. And Jessi's also very good friends with Jay Park. We kind of mentioned him when we talked about 2 p.m. And she's had him on her show, which I love her show, which is on YouTube. You can watch the episodes, and they do have English subtitles. You just have to click the subtitle button. She's good friends with Jay Park, and he in one of I think it was during her show, she was going to leave P Nation because she re-signed with P Nation, or she signed with P Nation after she left her original label, which was what did she do? It was like YMC Entertainment. She left, and then she went to P Nation under Psy, and then she left that, and she had an interview with Jay Park, and they were talking. She's like, she was talking about how she was having issues with the labels because she's very American and she wants to do things, but she's like, but the Korean labels are a little too restrictive for what I can do. And he's like, you can come to my label, you can literally do whatever you want. And so she's like, I don't know, man. And he's like, just give us a test run and see how you like it. She's like, okay. So she signed with him in Jay Park's label last April.
Yeah.
And recently she dropped the label. She's like, nah, I guess it's not working. So they're like, okay. So he's like, they said it's mutual agreement that she just left. I'm like, well, yeah, he told her to try out his label, and if she didn't like it, she could leave. That's literally what she did.
Yeah.
So I'm like, good on her. So she doesn't have an official fan color, but she has a fandom name, and it's called the Jebbies.
The Jebbies, yeah.
Jebbies. Just cute. Let's see. Yeah, she said she had a hard time getting used to Korean culture, which as a hip hop artist and an American one at that, like, I can understand that. Because Korean society, like, if you actually like take a look at it, it's very, how to put it,
I think conservative was a way that she said it. Yeah,
it's conservative. Like, they don't let the idols really, they don't want them to swear on TV, and they ban certain music videos for being too sexy or whatever to be aired on TV. They have a committee that, like, a censorship committee essentially. So I kind of get what she's saying, and because she is an average American woman, she probably scares a lot of the guys. Like, I've seen her on TV shows, so at least I know she scares some of them. But she did say in an interview that she has a hard time dating Korean men because she intimidates them. And it was like, well, that's unfortunate. But like in her short to view episodes, like when she's with the Korean American guys, like the guys who've been out of Korea for a bit, like, it goes crazy.
Really?
She is, yeah. There's some other guys that, like, she holds nothing back in those short reviews. Like, like, she swears and all sorts of stuff. Like, a lot of they're like, are we allowed to say this? Like, she did a show with TXT recently, and they were doing that game where you have the headphones on and you're mouthing the words, it's like charades, like telephone and charades mixed together. And her word was I can't remember which TXT members it was. I think it was like Yunbin or and someone, but it was watermelons.
Oh, okay.
So she kind of does like the box, like she does a box, and then she like motions towards her chest. And then, like, the other guy, the TXT member's like, oh no, and the other ones are like, we're 20, stop.
Yeah, right. It's like we can't answer that question.
And then they get to the last guy, and he's like, should I get this wrong on purpose? He's like, am I supposed to not know this? I'm like, yeah, slang terms. For things. And then, like, of course, she had another one. She had the only I don't remember his name, but she had another guy on. He's a celebrity who is openly gay in Korea, and his story is very sad. Of like what happened when he became openly gay, and like he's also friends with Heechul, and I think you may have seen him. He's a bald guy that has glasses. May have seen him.
Yeah, I kind of remember. Seems a little bit familiar.
Yeah, he's really funny, but like they started talking, and then she's like, they started talking about chili peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Chili pepper, and they were alluding it wasn't really chili peppers, and so she's like, I'm American, I like all the different types of chili peppers. And the guy's like, yeah, I've had different chili peppers from around the world, but I've never had Italian chili peppers, so I will.
Wow.
I was like, what is going on in this interview? But like, this is why I love her. And then she has a lot of tattoos, you know, because she's American, and that doesn't really bother her. Oh, I have an old picture of her. This is like debut her.
Oh, look at how cute she was.
I know. She was so like, she looks the same, but at the same time different, because you know the eyes and the nose and the lip filler. But she's like, you can tell it's her.
Yes. Yep.
She's very, very cute girl. Also, she has a Pomeranian named Chewy. You want to see a picture of him? I have him too. I have a picture of Chewy too. Look at the cute little Chewy. He's so cute. Cute little doggy. So when she was 15, she did actually take a 5-year hiatus. And she went back to the US for a while, for 5 years. And then she came back as a soloist. And I think it was 2016 when she came back. 2016? Or was it 2019?
2015.
2015. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
She came back in 2015. And she returned as a part of a hip hop trio called Lucky J. And as a soloist under YMC Entertainment. So she was in a group and a soloist. And then she moved to Psy's record label. So what I got from comments, because I was reading comment section, is because I couldn't find any except for I found her debut music video.
Yes. Yep.
I couldn't find anything else. And so I was looking around, and people were saying that when she left YMC Entertainment, they deleted all of her music videos.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if someone has uploaded them somewhere or what, but apparently a lot of her old music videos are gone because they deleted it. I know that YG did that with CL as well. They started deleting their stuff, which is just sad.
Well, I don't think that I've watched a couple of her like original music videos when she was with YMC. I don't think the label really promoted her that much, so I don't think that there's really that many music videos that's in her catalog. I think I saw maybe 4.
Oh.
But if there was more, I don't think it was many more.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't find like anything, so I wouldn't know. And if they did delete it, we wouldn't really know. Because also around that time, using YouTube was still kind of not really a thing that a lot of K-pop was doing. But you know, if people have any idea where they are, I'd love to see the old ones. So yeah, she was also in 2015. She was in JYP's song "Who's Your Mama," which we talked about.
Oh God, that song.
Yeah, and apparently, she was in that music video because of Susie.
Oh,
Apparently, it
okay.
was Susie's idea to put Jessi in there. I was like, oh, okay. And then of course Jessie's been in a lot of variety shows like Running Man and Happy Together. And she was a permanent cast of Sister Slam Dunk and Yo MTV Raps and Sixth Sense. I believe she was a like reoccurring or permanent cast member of that show as well. Jessi is close to Tiffany and Ailey as well as Hyorin from Sistar.
Mhm.
Which makes sense.
Yes,
Very
definitely.
much so. Let's see. And then she was part of Refund, this group called Refund Sisters. And I believe that was an idea by Lee Hyori, which we haven't talked about, but she was considered Lee Hyori was like the princess of, was she the queen or the princess of K-pop? She was one of those. I can't remember if Boa was the queen or the princess. I get those two mixed up. But she was in the first gen royalty, and then Rain was the king of K-pop. But Lee Hyori was
Yeah.
super big, and I think she still is. But it was Lee Hyori's idea, and that group has, oh, where is it? I have this all written down, but then I have too much written down. It had Lee Hyori, Junghwa, and Hwasa as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they're like, and they did, I think, like one song called "Don't Touch Me," and it was on the top. It was atop the Gaon charts for 2 consecutive weeks.
Yes.
So it did really well. Let's see. She also did. She was in a. Jessi was also in a commercial with BTS.
Oh my God, I saw that commercial and my brain melted. I'm like, there is no way, because I thought it was like camera trickery. You know,
Mhm.
like there's no way that they actually put Jessi in the same room with BTS. Like that did not happen. It's a camera trick. But
Yeah.
no, they like legit did a commercial together, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I was like, I would be so intimidated by her. Like, I don't think I could do this. But like, it was I was like, oh my gosh, because I've army, I was huge
Yeah.
army back in the, and she was also in a music. She was in so many features, like,
Oh my goodness,
oh
a
my
ton of
gosh,
them.
everywhere, man. Like, I was like, she was in a music video with Dawn. She did a music. Okay, so I'm gonna straight up say the music video with it was Kong Daniel's music video.
Yes.
And it's
Yep.
called "Don't Tell Me." I love that music video. And I was like, because I like the dancing that's in it. I like the professional like dancers
Yep.
they're going on. I don't even, it's not flamenco, is it? I don't remember. I don't know the type of dance specifically, but I love that ballroom type dance, and it had the nice like Spanish guitar going on. It's great. And then Jessi was fantastic in it as usual. And then she also performed Nuna Nana with Got Seven Jackson.
Oh yeah, the live performance.
Yeah, I was like, I like that. And of course, her with Jackson. I was like, whenever she's with anyone who speaks English, like everything just goes crazy. Um, and then she did a music video, which doesn't even really, I mean, I think she's in it, but it's mostly for these choreographers, this dance cruise.
Yes.
And that
Yep.
was cold-blooded. And I think it was actually they were doing a competition, and they had to choreograph a dance routine for this song, and that's what it was. And I really liked it. I liked seeing the highlights of all these dance crews, and I enjoyed that music video quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. Except for I put it on thinking it was a Jessi video, and I'm like, where's Jessi?
Yes.
But she did show up at towards the end of it, so I was glad
Yeah.
for that. But before that, I'm like, did I click the wrong button? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, I was confused too. I was like, "What is this?" But then, of course, I was in army, so I watched the Black Swan music video. They didn't have BTS in it at all, so I was like, "Maybe it's just like that. Maybe it's that." And
Yeah.
then she showed up at the end. I'm like, "Oh, okay, there she is." But yeah, I liked that music video. I was like when the dancers get a spotlight, you know.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, maybe it's just weird. I like how tan she is. Like some of her music videos, because she just looks good. Like, I'm just jealous of how good she looks. And because Korean industry, they're kind of, they like what how to say it, they bleach out the skin, and you could tell on some shows when like they have a white background and then like your eyes are having trouble because they're putting a filter on everyone to make everyone look paler, and then Jessie's like, nah. I'm just gonna look beautiful as my natural, my natural skin tone and stuff. And I was like, yeah, she looks great. And let's talk. And then like Zoom, the music video Zoom. She specifically, I watched a little interview, and she's like, I knew this would blow up on TikTok. So, and she said she wrote it in 2 days. She's like, I made that song in 2 days. And so she kind of specifically made the song Zoom for TikTok, and it went viral on TikTok. So I guess she succeeded what she was trying to do. She's like, no, this will be great on TikTok because it's all about camera, you're on the camera. And then she also is saying, I wanted it, when I say the PIC part, she's like,
yes,
I wanted it to actually be a different word, so I just pronounced PIC in such a way that you know what I'm talking about. That's the whole working around the censorship in Korea. And she's like, yeah. I was like, wow. Yeah, okay, that makes sense for her. But yeah, I was like, well, she got that, what she wanted from that. And let's see, her song Nuna Nana peaked at number 2 on the Gaon digital charts, which was her first top 10 single as a solo artist, and her highest charting solo single.
Yeah, that song blew up. That song was everywhere. And then having Lee Hyori in the video itself, and then just like sealed the deal right there.
Yeah, she like she didn't start out really popular, like, because she was from honestly an entertainment agency that I've never even heard of before. Yeah. And she said that she was so poor that she would have to sleep at saunas because she had nowhere to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, it's cool that Korea has those things so you could do that, because I don't know of anywhere in the US where you could just, like, besides homeless shelters, if you can get in, where you would sleep besides the streets, and that's very dangerous and cold in some areas. And the struggle is real. Like, and she was also in Korea. That's not where she's originally from. And she's probably still trying to learn Korean, because even, she still has issues with Korean. Like, yes. She goes, I don't know what even in her short reviews, she's like, I'm saying the words, but I don't even know what I'm actually asking you. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. But it must have been scary and like very hard, because she was not like an older person. She was still very, very young at the time. And, I don't think her parents moved to Korea with her. I think they were still in the US, so she was like all alone. And so she worked her butt off to get to where she is. And it worked out. She's gotten quite a few high charting songs. She's obviously making quite a bit of money. you know. And it's just, I don't know. I think she did everything she could, and I'm glad that she continued to push on, and that be hardworking. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a really good move for her. I mean, I'm sure she felt defeated when she had to come back to the States for a few years, but she said in interviews she spent most of her time in New York. Even though she's from New Jersey. So I think spending those 5 years hanging around New York and growing up and kind of getting her swag kind of helped her come back. Yeah. And like really cement her as an MC. I think her skills like just jumped way ahead when she returned.
Yeah. and you can actually really see it, like looking at her debut music video and like her current stuff, you can really see the massive amount of change that went into her music. And then I watched the song, oh god, what is it called? It's one of her singing songs. So like you listen to her majority of her music videos and you're like, yeah, I love this. And then she gets like these mellow, like ballady songs, like let's see, not Life is Good. It's called like Excessive Love. That one's really good. And she's just straight up singing, and it's a very emotional song. And I thought it was great. And then the song Numb was also very good. That came out like 3 years ago. That one's also a very good song of her just singing, which once again, she got into SM. So, you know, obviously she can sing. She just doesn't just do hip hop and rap. She actually like can do ballad songs too, which, you know, people don't just stick to one, you know.
Yeah, I was impressed that she was as good of a singer as she is, because she's so good at rapping. And you know, that's Jessi is, or at least when I came to know of her, she was just a rapper who had like a striking image, had a ballsy attitude, and was very curvaceous. Like that's what I know her from. I had no idea she started out like so young, and I had no idea that she can actually sing. Like she can legit sing. It seems kind of unfair for her to have that much talent.
I know, right? And it's like that with, so like you see people are like, dang, how did you just luck out with like that much? You know, but she's just, I love her. I love her attitude. Like everything she's in, I'm like, oh, Jessi's in that. I'll watch it. I'm like, oh, this could be fun. And then like, I don't know how many friends she freaking makes, because when her song Gum came out, I was going through shorts and it was just one right after another. I'm like, how many people does she know from different companies? Because she had like TXT members doing it, and she got Rain to do it, and it's just like JYP. Like she knows everybody. It's just crazy. But I guess when you're like an extreme extrovert.
Yeah, and again, like, how do you say no to her? Like, if she
I know.
says, "Hey, I want you to do this," I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and it's just also in some of her music videos, you may have noticed that she has a kid in them.
I did see a little girl in a couple of them.
Yeah, so apparently the little girl is supposed to represent her as a child.
Yes.
So I was like, because I was confused. I'm like, why is there a kid in this music video? Because she had the kid in Gucci as well, which I love that song. I was confused because I'm like, why is there a little kid in this music video? That's just a little. And I went digging and I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be a representation of her, like her younger self. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. And then like just even some of the songs, she did a song with Ed Sheeran, and was it Sunmi?
And Sunmi, yeah, they did a remix of his song Shivers, which is quite good, which is actually really, really good.
It's just one of those things that you have to like go onto her Spotify and just play, and then you'll find all of these just random songs that she's in. I feel like she has more features than actual of her own songs.
I agree. Like it doesn't seem like she has that many full albums. I don't know if she has like one full album. I think she has like a lot of mini albums or a few mini albums, but singles and features is like her jam. Like she is all over that.
Yeah, and she's the queen of features, I guess. I mean, she also in 2015 performed in the United States for the first time at the Belasco Theater in LA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she performed with Mighty Mouth, which is a male group, South Korean male group. I've never heard of them, but let let's see. Okay, so they debuted with Sunyi of Wonder Girls for Energy and Son Danbi for Family. Oh, so I do know them. I know them through the, Son Danbi and Sunyi from Wonder Girls. I don't know. I think her name is Sunny. Let's see. And then she did, let's see. Her first single under the size label was Who That Be, which I love. Like when her lyrics all have like, her music videos all have like English lyrics with subtitles, and I love like what she like how she expresses herself in a lot of those music videos, because like Who That Be, she's like yeah, so what, I'm a bitch. Deal with it. And then like what type of X, I didn't really like that one's great too, because I was like, oh, she's actually talking about being an ex, and she's like what type of she's like, what type of bitch do you think you're messing with, man? She's like, yeah. So she has a lot of music videos because of her very American personality and whatnot. She gets a lot of flack from people, and they because a lot of people don't like her, and I was like, I don't know, maybe because I'm American. I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with her. But she gets a lot of comments and a lot of hate, and I was like, that's just, I mean, I don't know, I guess as a hip hopper, you kind of you eat that up, like, because I know Jay Park does. He's like, yeah, and okay, give me more material to use for my music, guys. Let's come on, keep feeding me. So I think she kind of does that too, and she's like, yeah, hate on me all you want. I know my tits are like, there's one music video where she's wearing a shirt that literally says fake on the chest. She's like, yeah, I know they're fake. I paid for them. I'm proud of them, And like, I just love like we gotta get the lyrics on there because they're fantastic. Like her like charisma and her like everything, like her personality, and I am not thinking of the word I want to use. She's very secure with herself. And people are like, well, she got plastic surgery. She's obviously, I'm like, nah, shut up. If I had the money, I would totally, because what was it? There was someone who said, like, I don't know how to say this without it sounding terrible, but like you're not ugly. You're just poor. You can't afford to get like the teeth fixed and like all the stuff. Like the reason that these celebrities and stuff are really pretty is because they have the money to go get the work done. Anyone could be gorgeous if they had the money to go get stuff fixed. Like if you got teeth issues but you don't have the money to get it fixed, then your dental's not going to be great, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, so I was like, no one's really ugly, to be perfectly honest. There's always someone who finds that you're attractive, views in the eye of the beholder. But I'm like, yeah, if I had the money, I would totally get like professional makeup done and get my hair done by like the best, people with the hair. And, I'd go to a dermatologist to get all my skin stuff fixed, and it's like, why shouldn't she be allowed to go do that? She has money to do it,
Right.
She should be allowed to do it. And I'm like, our celebrities get that crap done all the time. Like, are you going to tell me that the Kardashians naturally look like that? They're full of shit. They don't naturally look like that. No one could naturally have an itty bitty little teeny waist and then like hips, like, and a chest that size. You can't naturally get that. And there's nothing wrong with getting a Brazilian butt lift or getting your chest like implants or anything like that, or making them smaller. That's perfectly all right. People need to mind their own business with that sort of thing, honestly. I mean, it's not like she's doing the donut thing on her head. That's just weird. Have you heard of that?
I've heard it in passing, but I didn't really do a deep dive into it at all.
Yeah, it's they inject like salt water, or is it salt water, something like that, in their forehead in a circle, and then they push down on it, so they have like this giant like donut circle thing on their head. It's an
Okay.
old fad that happened back in the day. It was very interesting. I'm like, why would you do that? Because then it would go away because your body would absorb it, and then they'd go and they get it. It's also like the people are getting like canola oil like injected into their muscles to make it look like they have bigger muscles. Yeah, guys do that. I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself, guys? Stop. Just
That
stop.
sounds awful.
Yeah, it does. It's just, but I'm like, that's like actually going to hurt you. It could kill you. So don't do that stuff, guys. Don't. And so like Jessi has every right to do that. You know, men have every right to get the surgery done that makes them taller if they want to, you know, or to get the chiseled jaw, or to, you know, go get a personal trainer and work out and look like Captain America. I don't know, like, you know, it's just, if it makes you feel better, that's more power to you, man. Like, but yeah, I went on a tangent. I apologize. Jessi, she let's see, main cast of Sixth Sense. She seems to get along really well with that Yoo Jae-suk, that South Korean comedian. He has you would know him if you saw him. He's on like he's like on Infinite Challenge, Running Man, Happy Together, Hanging Out with You. He's super funny. He has like the square black rimmed glasses that he usually wears.
Right. Yep.
Super famous comedian. She seems to get along with him because she's in a lot of his shows. Like a lot of his shows with him. And let's see. She XG. Yeah, 12 on. So Zoom peaked at number 12 on the Gallon charts. And then she did, when she signed on with Psy in 2022, they did a song called Ganji.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that song. I think it is pretty much like just Psy being like super swaggy and being like, you know, I have gratitude then attitude, or attitude then gratitude. You know,
Yeah.
it's a very cool song. And then Jessi comes in and just does her Jessi thing, which I thought was really cool.
Jessi just being Jessi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song, and it's a great music video. I highly recommend it. And I think we talked about it with Psy, and Psy is a fantastic artist as well.
Yes.
She just knows she knows who to like collaborate with. Like, she's just so good. And she's really fun in concert. Her lives are a lot of fun. She really knows how to hype a crowd up. She's I just love how like aggressive she is. She reminds me of like some of my friends, because I'm very introverted, and my friends are the people that come up and be like, we're friends now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think she's also friends with Eric Nam, who is a soloist in South Korea, but he's from, I want to say, Georgia.
Yeah.
I think he's from Georgia.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know that a couple of Korean Americans who go to Korea to be famous, they have like a group chat. I don't, because they said it's easier to bond with people when, you know, they're in like kind of the same boat as you. So the people who are from America they usually like hang out together, because they're all going through the same thing and they need a support group, and that's like the best thing. And I'm always happy to see that they stay friends, you know, as they get older and like kind of acclimate more to South Korea and the things that they're allowed to do and not to do, and, you know, everything. Even if they're from different agencies, you know. And Jessi, I don't know. I think like her my favorite music video from her that's not a feature is kind of a tie. So I really like Zoom. Which is kind of weird. But I also really like Gucci as well.
Yeah, Gucci was my first real introduction to her.
Mhm.
And it taught me a very important lesson on K-pop.
Yeah.
Like I think I saw the video or I heard of the video or heard of her before, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it. And then when I went to Dragon Con, which is in Atlanta,
Mhm.
uh, they do like a K-pop dance party.
Ooh,
And they
fun.
have like a nice sound system and they play music videos there.
Mhm.
And before it got like really big, when it was still in one of the smaller rooms, they played the Gucci video. And hearing it on like a loud sound system, I'm like, oh my God, this song is hard. I love this song.
Mhm.
And so I immediately became a fan of Jessi because of that video. And then I realized that listening to her, especially her songs, you can't just watch them on your phone. Like you need to have like a good sound system
Oh
to
yeah.
really appreciate her music. So now when I listen to her, it's definitely on like big headphones or
Mhm.
on a good sound system.
Yeah, you're really doing her music a disservice if you're just kind of listening to it in like basic cars, sound
Yeah.
system or anything like that. Her stuff is definitely something you need, like good surround sound or good headphones or something,
Hmm.
because
Definitely.
I was doing I had her playing on like my basic speakers for my computer, and I was like, and I put on my nice headphones because my niece came home, and I'm like, maybe I should turn. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want my 9-year-old niece to hear her songs. So I popped on my headphones and went, oh my gosh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm hearing things I didn't hear before. And it's great. And then her song Drip, like that pearl outfit she's wearing.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
wow, that thing's amazing. And then Jay Park comes in, he's looking like a little mob boss. I'm like, I like this.
Right.
I don't know who the dude in the yellow suit is, but Jesse's looking
I'm
fire.
I'm pretty sure that was Jay Park in
Was he?
the yellow suit.
Is he in the
I
suit?
would put money on it. Yeah.
Because he came in, he was kind of wearing like the gold and black looking suit, and I was like,
Yep.
huh. But yeah, I love that video, even with like the terrible like pearl glasses she's wearing.
I like those glasses.
Aw.
I like them.
I think the pearl's distracting, but maybe it's because I can't rock them. But yeah, I was like, I love that. For a music video, I didn't really like. That's actually hard because I like all of her music videos. But if I had to choose one, I didn't like, and I'm not going debut because everyone's debut, except for Shiny, it's just kind of like, but Shiny's debut is iconic and everyone freaking loves that
Yes.
song.
Yes.
But for her, I would have to say, it's hard for me to pick, honestly. Like all of her music videos are amazing. I'm gonna have to pick Down though. Music video for Down, just because she's rocking a swimsuit the entire freaking music video, multiple swimsuits.
Mhm.
So that's great. I greatly appreciate and thank you for that. But like overall, compared to all of her other music videos and everything she's done, it was just a little, and like even Numb and stuff. Like this song, it was just too tame music video wise.
Mhm.
Because it's just kind of her, chilling on the beach. She has some dancing as well, but like it's not really much. It's
Right.
definitely a music. Never mind, I won't say that. But like, and then she has her boy, and I was like, it's just, and the song's great too, but it's just not anything that I'm like, but maybe
Yeah. Yeah, there isn't a lot of kind of pizzazz to the
Mhm.
video. It is kind of like, hey, you guys want to hang out on the beach for a couple of days and we'll turn the camera on and
We'll call it a
just
music
can
video.
lounge around for a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But I will say she looks great
Yeah, she
and
does.
there's a lot of bikini action
Yes.
and a lot of drop it low action. So, it's not too bad.
It's
And
very
there's a muscular guy hanging out there too. So
yeah.
something for everybody.
A little something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But compared to her other music videos, I mean.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know. What about you? What's your like favorite music video, favorite song, least favorite?
Well, I will be a jerk and I will go to her debut stuff.
Oh
she, uh, she has a video for a song called One Two Step that is
no.
she's wearing a cute outfit, which is very strange.
Yeah.
She's wearing like an adorable like I don't know, not anime character, but like I don't know, like a cute girl outfit, which is weird seeing her in that. Um, but I just did not like that song at all. I thought the song
Oh.
was awful.
The one, two. I didn't see this. Let me look at
Yeah.
this. Let me look at this. Oh my
So
gosh, what is that outfit?
that's the one where I was like, no, sorry, Jesse.
So
Sorry.
are you talking about like the pink kind of like matey looking thing?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's a maid outfit, but pink. Jesse,
Yep.
don't do no. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, I didn't see this one before.
Okay, but that's just, that's the beginning. That's her starting out. She
Mm,
has to, sample a little bit of here and there to find her place.
yeah.
But that was one. But I'm like, I don't think, I don't know. Knowing her from her current videos, that was odd to see, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
definitely a no for me. Um, so that's the least favorite.
Okay.
Um, I will say, you know, this might be biased, but the new video, the new song "Gum,"
Mm.
that it's very earwormy. Like it got in my head, it got
Oh
in my
yeah.
ears, and it's just been in there for the past like 2 weeks or so. I like that. I like the video. I like the dance. Um, and I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it's so simple. She's quote unquote talking about gum, but
Quote
not
unquote.
really talking about gum.
Is it gum or is it not?
Yeah, the lyrics say it's gum, but it also isn't gum, and
Yeah.
the video kind of emphasizes that. So yeah, I really like that. And then another video that I really love is a feature. There's a rapper called Flow
Mm.
Sick, and he has a song called Wet, featuring
Oh
Jessi, and
yeah.
that his voice is just deep and cool, and I love it. And then with him and her together, it's just a really badass video and song. So yeah, Wet by Flow Sick, featuring Jessi, I love.
Yeah. I didn't watch. You said there was a video for that.
For Wet, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there is. Okay, I need to watch this because I heard this on Spotify. I was vibing to it. I'm like, I like this song. But like, I didn't know there was a video. You're finding all the videos I didn't find.
Well, like I said, I kind of fell into a Jessi pit after the Gucci video a little while ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch that but after this. Um, not where my niece can see because I know. Hey, there's shirtless men. Hey.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hello. Um, okay, yeah. So I need to go way more into her music again. But yeah, Jessi is definitely I added like just her entire Spotify playlist to my
Hmm.
playlist. So I have a ton of her music on
Yeah.
my playlist now. And the fun thing is like it was funny reading some comments because on her music videos, because they're like, oh, I listened to this. Like, it's weird because I feel like an idiot putting subtitles on because I realized that the song's in English.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Jessi does that. She goes through like her songs always have a ton of like a lot of English in it, like,
Hmm.
and then she mixes it in with the Korean so well, and it just and then because even like the Korean American artists, a lot of the time they just kind of just stick with Korean in their music, and so you're
Hmm.
just kind of like, oh, so it's in English, sweet, and there's one video that it was Nuna Nana. She's wearing an outfit, and I'm like, why is this like giving me like 2000s vibes?
Hmm.
It's the tan outfit with like the lace ups up her legs. And she has
Yes.
the bandana. I'm like, who does this remind me of? Does it remind you of anyone? Because I'm like, it's killing me. Like, I was like, who does this remind me of? I'm thinking early 2000s. Like, just cannot. I might just be crazy, because I'm like, that outfit just reminds me of someone, and I don't know who. It was a Hollywood artist, but
No,
no,
I don't
it's not
know.
giving you any flashbacks. Okay, I must be like freak. I don't know. I must be like recessive. The car part cracks me up though. So,
Yes, I love that part.
this whole music video. Anyway, I'm getting too carried away with Jessi, and I'm glad we got to talk about her. Even though she's not technically K-pop, we make the rules, so
Yes,
we can break them if we want to.
she's made her presence known in enough K-pop areas that
Hmm.
we could, if we had to put this in a courtroom, I think we stand a good chance of winning that
Yeah,
case.
she was part of SM. Oh, and she left SM because their style wasn't gonna match my music style, and then we see her in a
Mhm.
freaking pink maid outfit. Jessi, I'm glad you can do what you want to do now. Even though
Yes.
she has to censor herself because, want to be able to get radio play, man,
Yeah, I'm interested to see what she does next because she's not with J Park's More Vision anymore. So
Yeah,
she's not with P Nation, she's not with
mhm.
More Vision. So is she gonna go completely independent? Like I wonder what she's gonna do next.
Yeah, I was like, is she gonna join Top's like black label, or is she gonna, make her own label? Or I think she would do well making her own label if she could. Because then she could literally just really do anything and everything she wants, unless she needs boundaries. Because some people, they actually need some like boundaries for like to help them stay focused. I wonder if she's like
Yeah.
that. I wonder if she's kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know what her process is. So yeah, Jessi's fantastic. She definitely does not fit into the status quo of Korean society. So she kind of, I don't know. I know the guys like her. I was watching a show where she came out and the guys lost their fucking minds.
Yeah,
They all
I
stood
can
up and
see
were
that
jumping
happening.
around. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Jessi!" But
Yep.
yeah, so I was like, I don't know, but I do know that she does get a lot of hate, which is unfortunate. But as well, who really doesn't, And I hope she continues to just keep dropping. I can't talk all of a sudden, dropping bangers. As I like all of her songs. I have, like I said, I just added. I clicked just add the whole artist to my playlist.
Hmm.
And I just hope she continues to make music and continues to do well and do better, like continue to grow. Because the worst thing you can do is like get stagnant and just sit there and float forever. But I don't see that happening to her. But yeah, I highly recommend her. Especially if you kind of like hip hop and whatnot. And don't mind swearing from your idol. And I do
Hmm.
recommend watching her short reviews. They are hilarious with everyone. She's
Yes. She's a great I mean her interview style isn't traditional.
no,
And she will definitely ask questions that the guests aren't expecting and say
Mhm.
things that the guests aren't expecting, which is always fun.
Yeah. I love the culture shock of her. So, and thank you guys for joining us. And you can catch me on the Definitive Crusade, where we talk about all things DC Comics. And what is going on with you, Mark?
Yeah, you can catch me every week on So Wizard Podcast. We discuss movies and TV shows. Coming up, we are celebrating our 500th episode, which
Ooh,
is 500 weeks in a row of doing the podcast. No weeks off, every week for 500 episodes.
oh
So we got a
wow.
big celebration. We're going to be reviewing one of the two Lombada movies that came out in 1990 because we did the first one for our 300th episode. So 500, we have to do the other episode. Lombada Set the Night on Fire.
Awesome.
But Yeah, we will be getting back to like normal stuff like Dune 2 and Avatar on Netflix. So we do have like the normal stuff coming up. But for 500, we're doing like just big goofy dance movies from the 90s.
Awesome. And thank you guys once again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.